We can only press onward and ever onward until we reach the northernmost point of this planet. A place that may very well be the end of our journey.
November was one of the best months for new Gacha releases. We saw Reverse 1999 finally release, got to laugh at the horrendous gameplay of Tokyo Ghoul break the chains firsthand, and a few other titles released that were mostly overlooked. Honestly, you should check out last month's video to see what came out, so you can keep up to date. You're not going to want to miss those. Thankfully, December looks much better than November and October combined. And beyond December, 2024 is shaping up to be quite the incredible year for the Gacha genre. Every Gacha I discuss I cover on this channel, typically as part of my Player Pass series that you should definitely check out. Others as announcements. With this in mind, if you enjoy staying up to date with what's releasing, and more specifically this series, make sure to like the video, leave a comment telling me what Gacha you're most looking forward to, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell notification. These are all things that YouTube tells me that you need to do personally. Otherwise, they'll nerf our waifus. And none of us like that. Oh, and make sure to check out the last episode in this series at the end of this video in case you missed something last month. Trust me, you don't want to regret missing the launch of something big. Black Clover M is possibly one of the most anticipated Gacha adaptations of an anime that I've seen. According to their website, there are already over 5 million players pre-registered, garnering more hype than even Tower of Fantasy or Nikkei had during their announcement period. Unlike the anime, Black Clover M is going to feature completely original stories that separate it and its characters from its source material. You'll be able to summon your favorite characters from the series while wielding powerful magic in your journey to become the Wizard King. Combat is confirmed to be turn-based, and the game is built using Unreal Engine 4. There will be a lot to do. Dungeons, life skills like cooking and fishing. You can even explore the Magic Kingdom. They brought back the anime dubcasts as well, both the English and Japanese voice actors, which is actually kind of cool. Black Clover M officially launches on November 30th. I know it's not technically a December game, but it is close enough. I'm only going to talk about this game very, very briefly because it has been announced, it has been canceled, it has been re-announced, it has been released, and it has been shut down more times than a Gacha realistically ever should be. Ptolomea is, and I'm assuming it's pronounced Black Stella Ptolomea, is a turn-based game set in the future. And evidently, prior attempts at garnering a player base showed us that the game kind of sucks. So I'm sure, well, not sure really why it's even re-releasing other than they want more money out of gullible players. It also releases on November 30th, but I mean, honestly, who will bother with this when you can play Black Clover M? Before we go any further into the remainder of what we have to look forward to though, let me take a moment here to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon. You guys allow for me to continue to do regular videos like this every single day. Next up, we have the Crystal of Atlan. Upon first glance, you might think that this looks an awful lot like Tower of Fantasy, and it really does. Yeah, I watched gameplay and trailers for characters and the world, and all I could think of was, holy crap, this looks a lot like Tower of Fantasy, but with a less aesthetically appealing world, yet better looking waifus. Much like Tower of Fantasy, Crystal of Atlan is going to be a Gacha MMORPG, featuring dozens, maybe hundreds of players occupying the same space at the same time. Atlan features full action combat, allowing players to dodge and parry in real time, aim weapons and abilities. There are dozens of classes to choose from, each with their own unique play style and purpose. Pre-registration is currently open, beginning earlier this week and lasting until December 12th. The global closed beta is confirmed to take place during the middle of December, likely a few days after the closed beta signups have closed. This is a game that I've been watching for a while now, and I hope to get to play it very soon. Echocalypse is one of the Gacha games that I've been most eagerly anticipating other than Reverse 1999 this year. Reverse 1999 was due to its incredible story, its voice acting and premise. Echocalypse? The waifus. It's one of the most extreme gacha games that I've seen, and I've played a lot of Azure Lane. This is a strategic turn-based RPG with a chapter and mission-based progression system. It's a fairly simplistic and very traditional game, but that by no means is a hindrance to it. It features phenomenal dubbing with some of the best Japanese voice actors in the industry that support the incredibly designed characters. I'm not entirely sure whether or not the waifus will ultimately end up censored when it releases globally, but one can only hope not, as that is technically its major unique selling point. Concerning its release date, I can't specify when exactly it'll be releasing, as the devs haven't publicly confirmed yet, but let's just say I've been sponsored to push out a video before my birthday. Trails of Cold Steel Northern War is part of the larger Legend of Heroes JRPG series, a series that I've admittedly never played. I know, don't judge me too harshly. Northern War is a mobile version of the franchise that allows players to explore and traverse a number of different dungeons as they fight monsters to unlock passages that lead to new areas. The studio developing Northern War confirmed that it will feature an entirely new story specific to the game and will introduce new characters for the story. Whether you'll come across characters from the anime or other titles in the IP is currently unknown. Thus far, Northern War has surpassed 500,000 pre-registered players, with a release on December 6th. Do note that this is a Japanese exclusive game at present, but that shouldn't stop you from playing and enjoying it. Bleach Soul Resonance was confirmed to be releasing in December, but recently suffered a major delay. I use the term major here as it realistically could be a week or it could be an entire year. Nobody knows. The company in charge of publishing the game is shutting down from what I've read, and thus the studio is now required to find a new publisher to distribute it globally. The reason I'm listing this here is due to the fact that it could very well still release into closed beta this month or release in a closed beta in December 2024. I don't know, only time will tell. And that's everything. All the gacha games slated to release either fully or into some form of test phase this month, at least that I'm aware of. I probably missed one or two. That's bound to happen with more obscure titles. And with the rate new gacha games are announced and released, it's all but guaranteed. Nevertheless, these are the main games that I've been following. I cannot wait to try out Black Clover M, Crystal of Atlan, and Echocalypse. 3 games that all look like they could be a lot of fun, at least in the short term. I do plan on doing dedicated videos on each and every one of these games as they become available, and have several videos coming in the next couple weeks of beta tests that I've been a part of that perhaps you guys weren't, so keep an eye out for those. Otherwise, if none of these games look like games you're interested in, I urge you to check out one of these 2 videos on screen right now. I'm sure you'll find something that you'll enjoy, trust me. Well, I would like to say that we have a promising remainder of the year coming, but I mean, this is December, so realistically we have a promising year coming in 2024.